Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Yellow Jacket Garage. Today, changing out front wheel bearing here on the shop truck, or the daily, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's my truck, so that's what it is. I think the front wheel bearing may be making some noise. If it's not the front wheel bearing, then it is most likely the center section in the four-wheel drive unit, which a bit more expensive, but not a terrible job to swap out. Anyway, let me go ahead and dive in here, get started on this. I do have it already jacked up. Of course, it's on stands. It's being supported, at least on this side. I need to go over and put that jack stand in under the other side of it. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the inner fender liner out, because it's a lot easier having that out of the way when you got to run that wire back up in there, because it's back up behind there. I suppose I could probably get away with doing it. Maybe I'll try seeing if I can fish my arms up in there and get it out of there without doing that. But if not, I'll pull that inner fender liner. And then it's just a matter of pulling off the brake caliper from the main mount on the spindle. Pull that off, we'll hang it up here, and then pop the center cap off, pull that axle nut. From there, it's a matter of, well, once I get the caliper off, pull the rotor off, of course, pull that axle nut, and then there are four bolts on the back side that hold it all together. We'll pull those 4 bolts. The bearing comes out, new one goes in, and goes back together. So, should be pretty straightforward. Stuff like this has a habit of growing legs. We'll see. But I already did have to go buy a new socket for this, because that center hub nut is a bigger socket than what I have. I thought I had the right one, but that's how it goes. So let me get situated and get all my tools together, and we'll get started. Alright, so I was able to pull that wire without having to do that, so that's a bonus. Now it's just a matter of popping it all back in once I put it all back together, but I didn't have to pull that out, which is actually really quite nice. So, alright, next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and pull these bolts for the brake caliper, get that out, we'll set it up here, get it out of the way, pull the rotor off. Once the rotor comes off, then we'll pull the cap off of here, pull that nut, and then pull that part of it apart. All right, for the caliper, the nut back here, these are both 21s. There's 2 of them. There's this one up here. No, come on. Oof. Well, and they are tight. Don't get me wrong, they are on there. I may have to go get a longer breaker bar for this. Oh, yep. Be right back. All right, so I didn't go get a big breaker bar. I went ahead and grabbed the big Hercules. Come on now. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I broke it. Oh well. Shouldn't have been using it for that anyway. Alright, so let me go get a breaker bar. Alright, so I went and got the bigger breaker bar that I've got, and it knocked it loose, so surprising that it was that tight. That's the first time I've ever broken one of those universals, so that's kind of crazy. But you're also not supposed to use it on that big sweaty ratchet either, so my own fault. It didn't fail. I just broke it. Pop that out. Pop that one out. This ought to be fun. There we go. All right. Sit that there for right now for a second. And hopefully it stays there while I go grab a bungee. Stay. I'm just going to go around the body of the shock and into that bolt hole, and then I think I'm just going to go right there. Nope. Just trying to find a good spot that'll hold it out of the way without it falling off. It doesn't seem like it wants to. Oh, there we go. That ought to be good right there. Stay. Okay, so I got these little rings that go off of there, go on there, off of there, and so they're not going to go back on. Come on. What is the gimmick here? Come on. There we go. Just got to hit it harder. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the center cap here off. Got to be easy so we don't bend it, and just kind of work my way around it. A little bit smaller of a screwdriver. There we go. There it goes. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's moving out. Caps off. And now we can take this big nut off of here. And it is a 36 millimeter. And I had to go buy one. But, big sweaty. There we go. The way it is. These nuts, you reuse these. You don't reuse those. You put a new one on. All right. These bolts, let me show you these. Now, on the back side, there's this one, one over there, and another one over there. 4 in total. And they're 15 millimeter. And so now I'm going to go ahead and grab the 15 millimeter socket, knock those loose, and then get this thing swapped out. All right, so like I said, 15 millimeter socket. Let me, come on. Get it all the way loose. Or at least finger tight so I can do that. I should be using a little ratchet over here. Has that got a 15 on it? That's got a 15 millimeter on it. Why am I doing it the hard way? Oops, wrong way. Wrong way. Well, that was probably really loud. Probably excessively loud. Got those. And now it should be really pretty simple to get this to pop loose, just like so. And then get the axle out of there. We want to leave that on if we can. Yep. And that's it. do this and this. This almost smells like it got a little bit like warm, which makes sense because I think this is the one that was making the noise. So yeah, it looks like it might have got a little bit warm. Get the new one out of the box. Probably discovered that it's the wrong one. No, it's right. I think I mentioned it at the beginning that these are from Detroit Axle, but I got them off of Amazon. I think all total the parts were, what were they? Like 160 bucks or something like that for both sides. So really, I don't think that was a bad price. I'm pretty happy with it, being that it's Detroit Axle, which is a quality product anyway. So basically what we do now is we put it back together in reverse. And so we want to do, get that up there like so. We'll get it started in there. Come on. Don't want to get real crazy with it, but I do want to get it started in there, right? All right, I'm gonna have to turn the camera off for a second. I need the room. All right, got them in there. I'm gonna torque it down now to 133 foot-pounds. I'm not gonna step them, I'm just gonna, what the heck is that? Okay. Oh, I thought that was already tight. I thought I had snugged it down, but apparently I did not. This will be fun. Let me turn the hub out. I don't want to drop that. There we go, that ought to give us hopefully enough room. I just have too much junk in the way now. All right. I did put some blue Loctite on there, so yep. Oh, come on now. I'd rather not drop my torque wrench on the floor. All right, I got those torqued and all that good stuff. Now I'm going to try to fish the brake caliper back on there, which might prove to be a little bit of fun. Get that out of there. Try to do this without breaking the line or dropping the pads out. That's not too bad. There we go. Hit the bottom bolt with a little dab of blue. All right. Now I'm going to pull this top one back out and actually dab some Loctite on it too. It had some on there from the factory. And probably the last time, because I did replace these rotors once, which when you do that, these all kind of have to come apart anyway, so. All right. See if I can fit this in here. I don't know if it will or not. I'll get close enough. All right, let me go get the torque spec on that, figure out what that one is, and get those torqued to where they're supposed to be, and I'll be right back. So it says 221 foot-pounds for these bolts. So, yeah, we're going to pretend. Because I just don't feel like fighting that much. Because that's a lot. I'll guesstimate and probably do just fine. Highly recommend you actually torque these. But 221 is a lot, so there's that. Let's bring it back to straight. Sorry, just recovering from the flu, so yeah. And these are 177 foot-pounds. But I'm going to get them close. Let me find my other new hub nut. You don't, like I said, don't reuse those hub nuts. You got to put new ones on it, or at least that's what they recommend. New ones are about $8 a piece, so I think it's money well spent. Yep, that's probably plenty enough. Again, go easy on this, putting it back on. If you can manage to not get pissed off while you're trying to get it put back on. These will dent pretty easy, so. All right, so now what we do is, where's that one go through? I thought, yeah, it goes through like this, clips in there, and then this one pops into here, like so. And now I need my finger feel to be able to get this back up in here where it goes. I can't see it, so I'm going by feel for the speed sensors. Come on now. Stop it. This is dumb. This is about as dumb as it gets. Why doesn't this stuff just... There we go. In and done. Well, how about that? It didn't take but a ridiculous amount of time. Alright, everything is tight. Ish, torqued-ish. Let me go ahead and throw the wheel and tire back on and torque those down, and I think we'll call it good. All right, there we go. It's all back together. It's all done. Wheel lugs are torqued. Everything's torqued down. All that good stuff. Really a pretty basic project if you have jack stands, jack, and the required tools. Other than that, I think you could get it done. I used some of the heavier impact tools and stuff, but really didn't need those. Sorry, but. The only thing that I did have to do is run out and get that big socket, a 36 millimeter socket that goes for the hub nut, whichever one that one is. Let me verify that because I don't want to leave that hanging. Yeah, 36 millimeter. I had to go out and buy that one. 15 bucks at the local Napa. But it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. So that'd be the most unlikely that most people would have, because it is a larger socket. So if you're going to do this job, you need a 36 millimeter socket to do that. Otherwise, most basic tool sets come with the socket sizes that you need. So again, 100 and whatever, 50 bucks or so off of Amazon for the Detroit axle, the wheel bearings and stuff. Pretty simple process. Honestly, I could probably, if I wasn't trying to record everything, I'd probably get the whole job done start to finish, both sides in less than 2 hours. Really, probably even less than that, but one side I could do in a half an hour, I would guess, pretty close to that. It's not real difficult to do. It's just a matter of just getting started and getting it done. So other than that, that's it. Hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching Yellow Jacket Garage, and we'll see you on down the road.